In each episode, I've got a strict £300 budget to transform this car using wheel suspension, engine upgrades, interior and everything else to make this car look like it belongs at a show. So is it possible to build an 1100 quid Facebook Marketplace car using an unrealistic strict budget and not only be accepted in the show, but win an award as well? Let's find out. It won't be a show car overnight, and cars can take a while to build properly, but I can lay the foundations in each episode that will get me one step closer into creating my vision. The vision is to create a clean example of a Mark III Golf that's tastefully modified. To help me on my way, I've acquired this 45,000 mile 3.5 convertible to use as a parts car. I'll take all the bits I'll need off this car and sell the rest to recoup some money, bringing the overall costs down. The 3.5 is a facelifted version of the blue cab, so 90% of the parts are interchangeable. It sits in line with the Mark IV Golf production years, and these cars had exterior and interior upgrades compared to the predecessor, so there's a few desirable parts we can take to make mine a little bit better. Alright guys, the first batch of parts we're going to be installing are sort of what you're seeing right now. These are what we've took off the 3.5 Golf, so we're going to be chucking these on very shortly. If you guys are enjoying this series, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. It's taken off very well. I'm very thankful that you guys have responded well. The views have gone up, the likes have gone up, loads of people are commenting. Things are starting to slot into place, and I think once we've sort of built this and sort of raffled it off to maybe get some money back, we can, you know, start picking up the momentum and start getting some nice builds on. There's a lot of ideas I've got. There's a lot of cars that I want to buy. All you guys can do is just continue watching and subscribing and liking these videos, and I will obviously do more content. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to be installing today is the steering wheel. So this one is sort of made of like a hardened rubber material, and as you can tell, they break down over time. Very common problem on the Mark III Golfs, and it just looks awful, it feels terrible, and it needs swapping out. So we have this one. So this one was obviously taken off the 3.5. Because it's based off the Mark III platform, this will be a plug and play job. Please note, if you are taking this style steering wheel off a Mark IV Golf, it is not a direct replacement, and it's because of the way the clock spring works at the back. So make sure it's off a 3.5 if you put it in a Mark III. Before I start, I made sure to disconnect the battery, as airbags have built-in explosives. And if you're unlucky enough to short the circuit, it can cause serious damage, and it's really not worth losing my head over. Next up, I can carefully remove this column surround. After that, it's loosening the two airbag Allen key bolts on the back of the steering wheel, and then I can disconnect the wiring to the airbag. Then to the steering wheel. Lastly, I can remove the 24mm nut holding the wheel on, making sure I put a reference mark on the splines so the new wheel can go on in the same position. I was planning on using the 3.5 column surround, but they're both different. The blue cab has the hazard switch on the column surround, and the 3.5 has the hazard switch in the center console. Relocating the switch involves splicing wiring and swapping over relays, which wasn't worth it, so I cleaned up the old one and reused that instead. Now I can throw on the new 3-spoke leather steering wheel, fitting it all in reverse order. There we go, new steering wheel has now been installed. The cowling has sort of been repaired, it now clips into place. So let's see if the horn works. And let's hope the airbag don't blow up in my face. There we go. Let's crack on some other bits. So you guys are probably wondering why all the seats have been stripped out in pieces and stuff. The truth is, I was going to put these up for sale, and somebody messaged me from the States saying that they was collecting sort of Mark III Golf interiors. So I said, right, I'll send you the fabric, but obviously I want the same price of what I would sell the seats for. So that is exactly right. It's as simple as that. Obviously I wanted to put everything back so it didn't look like a fully stripped out interior, and all your trims and clips are sort of hanging down, and your window switches. So that is why the interior is in the state it is. But fear not guys, you've probably seen the interior in the background of old vlogs, because we have bought ourselves a full set of black leather seats for the interior for this car that we are going to be installing today. Currently the main area letting the car down is got to be the interior. The front seats are battered and there's no fabric on the door cards and rear seats. My main source of income is my automotive upholstery business. Here's a couple of my favourite builds. My Mark II Golf, which took me a total of 200 hours to complete, which is all documented on this channel. Literally everything I could trim, I did. My most recent complete build was another Mark II Golf. This one was VR6 swapped. I met the owner at a few local meets and got to talking. He said he was inspired by my own interior and wanted to put his own twist on a custom interior. Let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer. I promise you I won't get offended. This one took 150 hours to complete. This one was my first ever proper retrim I did on my Golf estate. I completed it in 2020 when, well, you know what was going on at the time. Fun fact, the current owner of the car bought it off me because of the interior, so this trim holds a special place as it was the first one to give me the confidence to keep on going. The reason I bring this up is if you guys are looking for interior work, feel free to give me a message. I also plan on doing the whole interior on the blue cab as well, and I'll need help on some materials, design, on what colour I should go. So put in the comments down below what you think I should do. Due to the budget restrictions, I'll have to do it in another episode, but in the meantime I can put in the all black leather interior so it all matches and doesn't look like it belongs in a scrapyard. I decided to tackle the front door cards first by removing the door lock pin, interior handle, a couple of bolts and the speaker. The door card can then pop off its clips. Now I can put the new door card in, putting it all back in reverse order. Next I did the other side. While I have your attention, I'd appreciate if you guys subscribed and dropped a comment down below what your favourite mod has been on the car so far. The last video did unbelievably well and I want to keep that momentum going, so I appreciate everyone for interacting with the videos. Next up is the rear door cards, but I'll need to remove the rear seats first. The base is held in by 2 Allen key bolts. The back section is held in place with the metal hook. I just needed to pry it backwards. Lastly, the headrest, which is held in by 2 30mm nuts. Then I needed to remove the seat belts as they run through the seat. Finally, I can remove the door cards by undoing various screws and clips holding it all into place. The new one going in, you'll see it has a foam padded armrest which will look much better when I get around to retrimming them. Now I can put all the screws and clips in and move on to the other side. Building up the rear seats now, it's a case of putting it all back in reverse order, starting with the headrest. Then the back. Then the base. To join us in the parts car, we're just picking up the next modification slash part to install, which is this thing. So this is a windbreaker. So essentially that is exactly where it sits in the car, and then this blind pulls all the way up and sort of clips into the top of the roof. When you're driving down the motorway and you've got all your windows down, you've got the top down, and you put this in, makes a massive difference to sort of, well, wind noise obviously. So we're going to nick this one off the breaker. You can utilise the lower bolt, which is what the seat bolts into, and then we have to make another hole. I removed all the screws off the original trim and lifted it out. Now I can put the new trim on in reverse order. Next I can mount the windbreaker utilising the original bolts for the rear seats. Seeing as I'm refreshing the whole interior, it'd be rude not to give it a hoover and a nice clean. One thing a few of you guys kept bringing up was the chrome dials, and I agree they didn't look as good as the black ones, so I ended up swapping them back. What do we think, my people? That is so much better now, isn't it? We ain't got material missing and just exposed foam. Interior looks absolutely lovely, and the chrome bits look even better now because it's got like a little subtle contrast with the black. Now there's one thing that half of you guys are going to be happy about. We changed the dials back to black. Obviously with a very dark interior it's going to suit the dark vents much better. If you guys have ever changed from non-leather to leather, it's such a night and day difference. Like, it's so much more comfortable. It doesn't feel like it's crumbling away. It's just more of a satisfying feel. So yeah, very, very happy with what we've done so far. I mean, it's not been an absolute colossal change, but as I always say, guys, little incremental changes over a long period of time makes a massive difference. We also have the wind deflector on. Because the car was braking, this car didn't have it. I thought it would make sort of more sense if this car was to be raffled off, or if it was to be sold. I'm going to get a little bit more because we've got a few extra accessories on it. Next job we are staying with the interior, so let me go get the part and we'll talk more about it in a minute. Alright guys, the next modification we've got is this state-of-the-art stereo from probably the early 90s. The stereo we took out of the Mark III Golf. I think the aerial was messing up and I don't think it was playing very well, so I ended up taking it out and putting the stereo blanket in. But there's only so much I can take of the exhaust until it gets boring. I like to play my music. I am quite a big music head, so I've always got to have something on. So we're going to chuck this stereo in, which was kindly donated from the 3.5. Later down the line I will upgrade to a Bluetooth stereo because I can just chuck it on my phone and then I can play whatever music I want. But just for the time being, in these stereos you can pick up for about 10 quid. Let's get that quickly chucked in and we'll show you in a minute. To get the stereo in, I removed the blank, put in the new stereo frame, clipped all the wires in, and we're good to go. Alright guys, stereo is now installed. Again, it's not the best one, but it will do just for now. I can't bear without music any longer. Obviously, we'll have to put some copyright-free stuff on. Do you know what, guys? I can't believe how much better the interior looks. We've done pretty much all interior upgrades today, but that is pretty much where you spend most of your time, so yeah. Look at that. Let's put the window reflector up for you as well. Oh yes, look at that. Can't wait to see this interior. Guys, right, we need some ideas. What sort of retrim shall I do with this car? If I tell you what I'm going to do, it might give you a little bit of an idea. So, everything. Everything's been done. Dash, center console, gator, handbrake, seats. I think steering wheel's going to stay how it is. Door cards, rear seats, rear door cards, and then this section here is going to get done as well. Run free. Comments down below. Put in your ideas, as wacky as they are. I'll take whatever. Obviously pink is not going to work because it's just... Should we do pink? Don't know. Put in the comments down below. Let's move on to something else. Alright, next on the list we have this part, which is called the scuttle panel. Obviously this is the new one just here, what we took off the 3.5. As you can see on mine, this seal is aftermarket. What happens is over time this rubber seal breaks down and starts to fall off, and then people tend to replace it with like an aftermarket seal. The issue with it is it doesn't sit flush to the windscreen, so obviously it's going to let a lot of water and dirt get into that section, which is not a great sign because Volkswagen decided to put the engine ECU right behind that. So obviously we need to make sure that that area is free of dirt and free of water. These parts are starting to become very hard to get hold of because have one in really good condition where the rubber seal is all intact on both sections. Seeing these panels go up for £70 plus. I've pretty much serviced the whole entire engine for under 120 quid, so when you scale it to that, I don't want to be spending too much money on little things like this. So let's get that one swapped over and then we'll carry on. The scuttle panel cover is designed to redirect water away from the scuttle panel, which houses the engine ECU and wiper motor. When the seal fails, water and dirt gets into the scuttle and not only can cause electrical issues, but it can cause moisture to sit and rust from the inside out. First up, I removed the wiper arms. Then all of the securing clips and weather seal. Although this area is covered, you can see all the dirt and leaves that still managed to get in, so before I put the new one in, I made sure to clean it all out and give it a wipe down. Now I can chuck on the new one. As you can see, all of the rubber seals are all okay, and then reset all the wipers. One of these clips was missing. Obviously we took one off the 3.5, and that is why I'd always recommend buying a breaker. It's not always practical, but all those screws, clips and trims that are always missing on these older cars when people work on them, you've got double the supply. And that's why I have a screw box, and then nuts and bolts and washers go up there on a separate one, because you're always going to be missing something and you never know when you need it. So that is one little satisfying job done. Alright guys, let's crack on with something else. A job I've been putting off for ages due to being busy with filming and editing is giving the car a clean. The Aqua Blue Pearl really pops in the right lighting when it's clean, so I gave it a blast of snow foam and shampoo. Right guys, this car is slowly but surely making its way into a very nice car. So front end now is looking quite aggressive. We do need to put on the RL Projects grille, which obviously needs painting at some point. Let me know in the comments down below guys. I've been thinking about colour coding these bumper intakes, the upper and lower ones, or do you reckon we should stay black to kind of break up the colour at the front? So obviously we've got headlights, top of the bumper, and then the splitters black itself. So should we leave it black or should we go colour coded? Obviously from when we first bought it, the ride height was all over the place. The front end was all the way up, the back was all the way down. So we've now sort of leveled it out, and I'm pretty happy with where it's sitting right now. At the back end guys, we've got our red smoked red custom cheapo eBay, whatever you want to call it. Look really nice, they look different to the standards, and they are a hell of a lot cheaper than the real ones. Now something you guys are probably not going to like is the exhaust system, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a fan myself, but it does sound pretty good. That is why this exhaust system is so annoying, because it sounds so much better than the twin tips, but it don't look as good. And I'm more of a visual kind of person. I'd rather have the twin tips than the oval. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I don't know yet, I'm still undecided. And then the interior we've been spending most of the day sorting out. We've obviously got a new steering wheel on, front and rear door cards and rear seats have all been installed in black, and then we have the wind cover on. We've just put a tonneau cover on because the weather currently is absolutely beautiful. Perfect convertible weather. We also put the stereo in and the black dials because you guys did not like the chrome. I wasn't a fan myself, but I don't know, I was gonna let it have some time to gel. I absolutely love this colour, and I'm so glad I bought a car with this colour. One of my dream attainable vehicles is an aqua blue Corrado VR6. So if anybody's got an aqua blue Corrado VR6 and they want to swap me for my Mark II, hold out your hand. From when we first started this build, of how much work we've actually done to this car, on the budget we've had as well. Remember, this budget is for you guys watching. The average household has about £300 every month spare. So that is my whole premise of this series, to show you guys that you can build something half decent every single payday and have fun on the weekend. A little bit of spanner in here and there. Nothing's crazy. I've not welded anything. I've not started doing custom fabrication and stuff like that. It's just everyday DIY stuff that you guys can do at home. So if you are enjoying this series, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and let's go see an old friend. The last video I uploaded did really well, so I did a YouTube post asking you guys what made you click on the video. Most of you said you was here for the Mark III content, so I thought I'd take a trip up to a friend's house and show you a Mark III he built himself. Exhaust is warmed up a little bit. Oh my gosh! Please say you guys can hear that. I bet you that can't do it. Ah! Oh my god, I love it. I love this car. Ooh! Thing is, the exhaust, the thing is you have to work for it, so it doesn't do it all the time. It's not like it bangs all the way down like your new Golf R's and stuff do when they've got a crappy pop and bang map. You can decide to make it pop or not. So I can drive quite normal and it will never pop ever. It's only until you're slowing down on the rev range and then you split the throttle. Hell yeah, get a Mark III. Oh my god! Oh my god. Oh, that's annoying now because that sounds amazing. But the twin pipes look so much better. Oh man. That's good, don't it? That sounds. For the new subscribers, where have you been? This guy was an OG. I mean, when was it? It would have been pre-cab. Yep. Wow. Anyway, I thought I would go on a little adventure to come see Ben and his Mark III. So you guys have been seeing quite a lot of Mark III content, so I thought I'd show you this one. It's running and driving.
It's running and driving and legal.
Wow.
I know, right?
We was helping putting this together in the garage all the way back there when there was no roof on it, and I remember when it was still blue. It was blue on it. And he was trying to do
purple
burnouts in it. Well,
try
what colour
it.
Was it?
It just pulled perfect
Barely.
burnouts.
It didn't do the best. But now you've pretty much built this. For the people that don't know, this is a Mark III Golf Harlequin replica based off an actual model that Volkswagen released back in the mid to late 90s. The US got the Golf model and Europe got the Polo model. And Ben has pretty much made his own and sort of made it US spec as well. You've got the... Do you mind, please? We have copyright around it. You've even gone to the extreme of replicating the US look with front and rear bumpers. They are actually deeper than the standard Mark III. So if we can show you this one here. Come in here. We use the official measuring method, so it's up to the bend of my thumb. Is a lot bigger. So yeah, he's replicated the Mark III Golf Harlequin, and it was running a 180.
Your boy needs a boot though, so if anyone's got a boot list that doesn't want silly money for it.
Oh, the little rusty rust.
No, I need a US boot to fill it.
Oh, yeah. So we want to make it into a proper, genuine. Oh God, what happened to the exhaust?
Didn't fit perfect.
Oh no!
It didn't fit perfect, but it's self-clearancing.
Oh my God. Do you know what? It's good to see this on the road. This has spent a lot of its time in the garage, and we've been back and forth because we initially helped you with the 180T swap.
Again
and
we've
been through about 3 renditions of that engine, and then it was at the point where it was like just chuck an engine in just to get it driving, because that's mainly when projects die, when
they sit.
Yeah, when they sit for ages, and obviously you lost your love for it, but hopefully it's back. It just needs lowering on the back.
Yeah, so your boy needs coilovers. So where is it?
Max speeding rods 10% off.
10%?
Yeah. The thing as well, guys, if you are not familiar with the Harlequins, obviously it's multicoloured, but they actually have a colour scheme. I'm going to let you explain that. So yours is
mine is a green base.
Is a green base, which must
have red bonnet, red doors, and red bumper at the rear. And then it'll be the opposite way around for blue. So blue rear, blue front doors, blue bumper, and then the yellow. All the front is yellow.
It's just the colour scheme all the way around. So although it looks like it's a mismatch of everything, well, it is. It's organised chaos in it.
It's organised chaos.
But there's 4 different colour schemes. So you've got green base, red base, blue base, and yellow base. And obviously that will determine what colour each panel is, etc. And obviously Ben's gone with the green base. He's almost Harlequin in his van as well.
No, he's not.
It's the side of this.
There's just one door and now a missing mirror since you've seen
So it's matching. Oh, also, we need to show you the interior.
Your interior?
Mate, I did this ages ago. So obviously we did the interior to match, and the door cards, and then he's got the steering wheel, and the gear-knob gator, which... Who trimmed that, you?
I did it.
Fair play. That's better than the... You redid it, yeah?
You know that leather one you was going to have off me and retrim, and use as a mount?
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
You never took it, so I was
Hey,
like,
fair play. That's a good job.
My mum had to help me with the
Oh, you did a good job.
the elastic around the bottom.
Mate, it's been a while, and I'll be honest, I never thought I'd see it. It's good to see it again. Mad.
We've just got to sort the boot out now.
Yeah, US boot, guys, if anybody has one. Let me know if you like these sort of going to see friends off the standard building the car in the garage sort of parts to the vlog, because I used to do this quite a while ago. I'd sort of made some changes to the cab and how I wanted to film it. So if you guys want to see me sort of spend some time with friends and start spannering on their cars, let me know in the comments down below, and I will get a hell of a lot more content. I mean, I always go to local car meets and shows, but I don't film it anymore because the vlogs don't tend to do very well. But if you guys want me to do stuff like that and sort of fill out more of the vlog, let me know and I'll make it happen. Man, this has been a while. We need to go out in the Mark IIIs. We've also got another chap who used to be on the vlogs as well. He's got a Mark III. That'd be nice. In fact,
Who's this?
I was talking about Connor, but I forgot there's Dan there as well. There's Sean, who's Leicester based. Yeah. Ashley with the VRT. There's, guys, there's loads of Mark III content I can film. So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, let me know. Because this is the stuff I used to do, but why did I stop doing it? I think it was a mixture of the videos weren't doing very well, but I didn't know if it was because I was kind of wringing the estate content out as long as I could. Now I've got something new and fresh and we're doing pretty well on it. You know, I don't mind, I don't know, just switching it up. Another productive episode done and dusted, guys. You are watching the 8th episode of this budget build series. If you are enjoying it, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any modifications you want me to put on this car. With that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace. In each episode, we have a £300 budget to transform it. Blah, 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 blah. This little thing. So this is what's called the scuttle panel, and what? Birds. Why? First off, it's really easy to. Come on. Now let's crack on. The last video I uploaded did really well, so I did a YouTube post asking what you guys